Democrats cringe as Maxine Waters smears black politician, lets 3 embarrassing words slip. Crazy Maxine Waters has shown her overwhelming stupidity yet again. This time, she accidentally let 3 embarrassing words slip, which has her fellow Democrats cringing, but what's worse, she said them as she attempted to smear another black politician. While addressing a community gathering in Los Angeles, the Democratic Congresswoman tried to smear Housing and Urban Development Secretary Ben Carson as a right-wing nationalist, which is, of course, not a thing. There are right-wing nationalists, as well as white nationalists, but no white-wing nationalists. That sounds like some sort of patriotic bird. Not to mention, Ben Carson isn't white. Of course, there's so much uncertainty, now with this president and with this administration. Waters started. Mr. Mnuchin, who is the Treasury Secretary, who is responsible for over 36,000 foreclosures in this area, is now the Secretary of the Treasury. Standing next to him just yesterday, or the day before yesterday, I'm getting these days mixed up, she added. Her confusion only seemed to get worse as she continued, while the president was defending the white-wing nationalists and the KKK and all of those alt-right groups that were basically out there in Virginia literally beating and marching and ranting about Jews and black people, etc., etc. But, this is what this cabinet looks like, she continued to ramble. Whether we talking about Mnuchin or Ben Carson, said Waters, according to the Gateway pundit. He's got to come before my committee. If you think reclaiming my time that I did with Mnuchin, you wait till Ben Carson comes. Even sadder than her ridiculous rhetoric, the liberal crowd cheered wildly over her incoherent statement. Carson has become a favorite target of Waters when she isn't already busy attacking President Donald Trump. Who could forget when she vowed to take his ass apart? Ben Carson was appointed to be the HUD secretary, Waters infamously said during a speech to black activists in New Orleans. He knows nothing about the mission of HUD. He doesn't care about people in public housing. He believes that if you are poor, it is your own fault. And, he doesn't know the difference between an immigrant and a slave, she grandstanded. And if he thinks when he comes before my committee, where I am the ranking member of the House Financial Services Committee, that I am going to give him a pass, I am going to take his apart, Waters added, according to the Washington Times. Of course, if the tables were turned, if these vile attacks were being launched at a black Democrat by a Republican lawmaker, they would have been labeled a racist a long time ago. But, Maxine Waters runs her mouth constantly and never even gets voted out of office. That all may change soon, though, because the California Congresswoman finally has a challenger who is gaining some traction. Omar Navarro, who is running to unseat Waters in Southern California, comes from a family of legal Mexican immigrants. Imagine that. Navarro grew up in Maxine Waters' district, so he is painfully familiar with the struggles her fellow constituents face after years of being abandoned by the lawmakers they elect, who have done next to nothing to improve their way of life. It is high time for the people of California to vote Maxine Waters, the poverty pimp, out of office, and it appears that Omar Navarro is the right man for her job. Thank you for watching this video. What do you think about this? Share this on Facebook and Twitter along with your comments.